And I'm going to use a little story.
Okay.
In the 1990s, I was on active duty as a chaplain, and I served most of my time, almost all my career, with the Marine Corps as a chaplain, which is why my life is so messed up. And so, no, I loved my Marines. And so I was in Okinawa, Japan. I was supposed to be there for 11 months, so they kept me there for 3 years because the Marine Corps counts differently. 1 year. I would still, if it wasn't for 9/11, I'd probably be still in Japan. Anyway, one of the biggest things in the Marine Corps is the Marine Corps Ball. Marine Corps birthday is the 10th of November. The ball is prom meets a wedding party meets a Filipino baptismal party on crack. It's this huge celebration. Everyone has their dress uniforms on. There's a historical presentation. There's a big sit-down dinner. There's a speaker. And the big thing is they bring out the cake. And the commanding officer cuts a piece of the cake, and the oldest, youngest Marine present take the piece of cake while they read the decree creating the Marine Corps in 1775. And the oldest Marine takes a bite, and he passes the youngest Marine, this whole passing on traditions. So in 97, I was with 3rd Maintenance Battalion and supporting 3rd F Force support group. And when they were having this great ball, and everyone's having a great time, and they wheeled out this cake, and it was 3 tiers. The bottom tier was 2.5 by 4 feet. Then it was another tier and another tier, and it had 222 candles in it. Big 4-inch bright candles for every year of the Marine Corps lit. And the Eagle Globe and Anchor, the symbol of the Marine Corps, was done in frosting. It was just a gorgeous cake. And I was like, oh, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. And so they go over to it. And in the corner of one on the bottom, they didn't have any candles because they were going to cut there.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the cake. The cake goes back in the kitchen. Then they bring out pieces for everyone to eat the cake. Now, not everyone gets their birthday ball on the 10th. They usually start around the 2nd, going up to the 10th. There's like a lottery system. But, everyone uses the same place, what we call the organized clubs, between there and the chow hall. So anyway, there's like 8 or 9 Marine Corps balls in about a week and a day. Well, it's November 11th, Veterans Day, and we kind of get a half day off. We get to sleep in. Some of my Marines definitely had to sleep in because they were partying. Anyway, I was out PTing, taking a run, and for some reason I thought I'm gonna cut a different path, and I cut behind the chow hall on the steps up to the club, and there was the cake being hosed down by a PFC. It was all wood with holes drilled in it to hold the candles in place. And I went up, and the staff sergeant came out and went, Chaplain, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I said, and it's like half the frosting's been washed off. I said, Staff sergeant, Father, I had 8 balls in 7 days. And it took 5 Marines and myself 8 hours just to make this artificial one. And then in the corner was a 9-inch by 9-inch cutout
where they could cut the cake.
So they would put in the fresh cake there, fix the frosting, and they would roll that baby. But I said, but Staff Sergeant, I had a piece of cake 2 nights ago. Oh, that's sheet cake, Father. We can crank that out like no one's business. We just but no, there was a mark for a candle. Oh, we just took a candle and just kind of mark. It was a whole psychological operation. It was a big psyop. But so, long story, but did you go to the ball? It was a beautiful ball. Did you see the cake? It was a gorgeous cake. It even had candles. Did you go to the wedding? It was a beautiful wedding. It was a gorgeous wedding. See the bridegroom? It looked great. Hey, that even had kids later. You went through a wedding. You went through a ceremony. The annulment process is scraping the frosting of life and finding out whether you have a cake or you frosted a brick. In order to have a true marriage, I brought some notes along because I had to write a very long paper on when I did my doctoral thesis on this one, make sure I get all my words correct. Very specific definition. In order for the sacrament of marriage to exist, there needs to be a baptized free man and a baptized free woman who freely exchange vows in the presence of the church's clergy, and at least 2 witnesses who intend to enter into a bond that is permanent, lifelong union, open to children, and exclusive in nature. The couple must also know each other well enough to form a family, and who understand that marriage is not a private contract, but a public, sacred covenant that exists not only to sanctify the couple, but also the church as a whole. Okay. I had 3 3-credit graduate classes just on that sentence.
Wow.
Because you have to parse the whole thing out.